Oh, hey, everybody. uh, just want to remind everybody sinuses are draining. What fun. Well, hey, this is your old buddy Padre, the dude with the ugly mug. Hide the women and the children. So, here I am. Sinus is draining. I'm getting sick. I'm not, and I don't feel good. Still growing through stuff, up here. We've had that talk. Uh, but I wanted to get on here because I don't feel spiritual. I do these talks to hopefully encourage people. I'm kind of like the dude at Hacksaw Ridge. I've never seen the movie. I saw a lot of YouTubes. And I'm not going to pretend to know the dude's name, so I'm going to call him the Hacksaw Dude. He's the guy that went to war without carrying a gun. And he got the Congressional Medal of Honor. My screen. Oh, got to see my corner. uh, not even carrying a weapon. What he did do, he saved, I think, 75 soldiers by dragging them to the edge of the ridge, tying a rope around them, and tossing them off. So, all day, I mean, rather all night, day and night, he was doing this, and he kept on saying, just one more, just one more. Well, I look at that story, and I think that's me. I'm the Hacksaw Dude. Uh, it's different from having some dude, up there preaching, and, they look like they have their lives in order. Everything is kumbaya. They're dressed really, really nice. Then they say, God has blessed me and stuff. But me, I take a different approach. I love God. I love spreading His word. I love encouraging people. I love doing these little videos, and none of that's me. I'm gonna talk from the trenches, and that's how I've always felt about myself. As I'm the guy in the trenches with everybody else. The missiles going off and rounds going off and being shot at and shot down. So I'm not up there, going, well, good job, pip pip. I'm the down there dude in the trenches, just trying to make it another foot so I could save another guy. And so that's how I've always felt about myself. And then I'm not polished. Don't want to be polished. A mannerism, scratch my nose, might even pick my nose. Do this a lot because I see me and want to keep things in order. You never know what you look like when you're not in front of a mirror. So anyway, but that's just me. I'm just earthy. And somebody described me that one time as being earthy. I'm just earthy. I'm just down to earth. I'm laid back, and I'm just me. And I listened to the beat of my own drummer, and that has got me in trouble because I refuse to listen to the beat of other drummers and follow other people. I mean, it's not like an authority thing, because authority is authority, but I'm not going to just blend in, and be somebody I'm not. I'm me. If you don't like me, then fine. I mean, that's all good. So anyhow, all that said, I got a little story, and then I'm going to say what's on my heart, because now we're in the holiday season. brings up all kinds of feelings. So my little story was I haven't been to church in a long time because of what's going on up here. And, uh, PTSD, it's a bitch. I don't want to be around people and stuff. I don't want to get into that because that's not what this is about. But I was at church and I would always hang out in the cafe area. And I would just sit there and then people would come up and if they needed someone to talk to, I talked to them. Somebody need to pray with them, I prayed with them. And I even looked for other people who are sitting there by themselves and I would sit down and talk with them. And God used me. God used me a lot of mighty ways, and I'm not looking for adulations. The word says that those who persevere that will have a crown of life. Well, it's not about a crown, and we'll have rewards in heavens. It's not about rewards in heaven, because the crown that God is going to give me, I'm going to cast it back at His feet and worship Him. But God has used me, and it's a great thing to be used by God. And so a friend of mine came up, and I'm sitting there in the cafe area, and we just started talking. And I said, I don't feel spiritual today. And he goes, you what? I go, I don't feel spiritual. I don't feel spiritual. I don't feel anything. He goes, really? And a lot of people would look up to me, because, I am that strong dude. And if I'm outside of here, I'll make friends. I'm cheerful. I rise to the occasion. And, but people don't see what's going on in here or up here. And so I had a lot of people come in, in a church and look over and see me. They'd be like, well, all right, Padre's here. Everything's going to be all right. And I'm glad God used me like that. But again, it's not about me. So this dude, I said, I don't feel, he goes, you go, what? And I said, no, I don't feel spiritual. He goes, really? And I went, no. Well, I'm not going to be, blowing smoke up God's rear end. It's just, I'm just being me. There's times where I've been frustrated, okay, overwhelmed, and not so much because I do feel overwhelmed, but when I was working and everything, I would go, what the fuck, God? Because He knows what's on my heart. He knows what I'm going to say. So I'm just real with Him. Like, what the fuck, God? What's going on? And I would bare my heart to God. Not as this dude with a big stick sitting on a throne waiting to strike me down, but as a father that loved and cared for me and was willing to listen past my frustrations and what the fucks. I'm just being honest, okay? And so from then on, he started calling me mentor. There's a picture right there, right above my shoulder, above that heart. And that's when he got me. I did their wedding, my first wedding. And on there, he says, thank you for being my mentor. I said, hey, man, you need to aim higher. But anyway, that stuck with him, and to know that, mighty men of God, God is he's our sword, he's our buckler, he's our shield, he's our high tower, he's a fortress. All those are on the offense, but he's also a refuge. I look at that's when I can go into God, go into His presence, tired, feeling beat up, tired, overwhelmed. I can take off my armor because I'm in His presence. I can lay down my sword, lay down my shield, just bare my heart to God, and I hide in Him. And so, quick story. So the past few days, except for yesterday, I sat on my bench. Once again, thanks you, brother, for a few hours smoking my pipe. I really enjoy that. But the past few days have been kind of rough. A lot of things popping up out of nowhere, and cars not running right, and other circumstances. And opened up an envelope. It wasn't good news. So I called somebody I really don't know personally because I figured he might help me out. Well, he answered me back. Man, that was so cool, and you know who you are. So I don't want to run out of time, but I know there's a lot of people out there that, man, it's the holiday season, and it brings up this might be the first Christmas, might have been the first Thanksgiving without a loved one, might have been the first Thanksgiving or Thanksgiving and Christmas is coming up with loved ones that aren't around, and just being overwhelmed. And I hate this time of the season because people, I mean, you know, some people just don't get it and they're mean. But when you come around Christmas, man, those people are even meaner. And and so it's just not for me. It's not a good time of the year. Uh, it's just tough. But I want to encourage you. I just had a moment, about 15 minutes or so ago, because of this drainage and stuff, and spitting stuff up, and I'm just tearing up because of all this, and I'm tired. And I just really felt God say, well, this is the time to share His love. And then start praising God, and start praising Him. Feeling crappy, feeling shitty. And I start praising God, and that's why I felt like God said, well, you know what? Now you have something to tell others because they're not looking forward to this holiday season either. So, what's all this say? Where am I heading? Just keep your eyes on God. Keep your eyes on God. There's people out there that are strong for others, but are hurting inside, such as myself. But I'm not worried about me. I'm strong for others. But those people, you know what? Just look after people. And I've said this before. Keep watch on people. People need to know that they're loved. They're have been comforted and validated. And there's better words for all that, but it's my heart. It's just check on people. Check on people. And you know what? That phone gets hella heavy. Hella heavy. And for me to reach out to somebody I barely knew, but knew that the few times we met and talked, we have a rapport. And so the phone's hella heavy. And I reached out. And that's tough. That's a tough gig, especially you got stuff up here, whatever. And sometimes you're sitting there waiting for somebody to come to you, and sometimes you have to reach out, but it takes courage and it takes strength to do that. And it takes to be in the right spot in your mind. And so I want to encourage you too. Don't hide. Don't hide. There's times we have to reach out too. So it works both ways. So I love you. I hope this has been encouraging. Again, I'm not polished. I'm in the war. I'm in the war with you all. I'm in the trenches with you all. And what better place to be? People talk about their battle buddies, and I have friends of mine that served and have battle buddies. But you know what? We're in a battle too. It's a thief that's come to kill, steal, and destroy, but Christ has come to give life and that abundantly. That's John 10:10. So anyway, I love you. I understand. Hit me up on Messenger. I pray for you all, and I pray that you can find God's love in the midst of all this confusion and chaos and busyness. So, anyway, that's all I have for now. And I love you all. And I hope this has been helpful. I don't want this to be about me, but I have to use me as an example. So, anyway, I love you all. I hope you have a great night. And I hope you have a good holiday season. And I hope you find peace and comfort in the midst of the chaos and the busyness of the season. Okay, well, this is Padre. What? The dude with the ugly mug. Hide the women and the children. Okay, till next bat time, TTFN. I love you. Good night.